Today is October the 11th, 2010, and I am interviewing Brad Martin. Bradley Martin is 41 years old. He was born on May 27th, 1969. My name is Emily Martin, and I'll be interviewing Mr. Brad Martin. He is my dad. Dad, can you please restate for the recording what war or branch you served in?
I was served in the branch of the Navy. There was no wars at the time, but we had disputes in Iran when I was in boot camp with ships.
What was your rank?
My rank was E2, Airedale.
Where did you serve?
I served in NAS Jacksonville, Florida.
How many years were you in the service?
A year and 2 months.
So, you served in the Navy?
Yes.
Where did you live at the time?
I lived in a housing unit on land in NAS Jacksonville, Florida. And it was a DC-9 to Northbrook, Virginia, where our ship was located at. U.S. America CB-66.
What was your symbol like?
My symbol for the squadron was a dragon with the lightning bolt on it, with night and day located on it.
How was your rank? What were you doing before you were drafted or enlisted?
I got right after school, from high school, I joined the service.
Did anyone else in your family serve in the military?
My dad did. He was drafted after the Korean War ended.
Can you tell us about adapting to military life?
It was a rude awakening. They woke us up early in the morning, and then we didn't eat that much, and we went to classes. And if you fail your classes, you got to repeat boot camp in some steps. But I graduated all the way through it.
How did you choose the branch of service you served in?
They had a good education for electronics, and they had good meals to eat, and you had your own bed.
Were any friendships formed?
I had friends in HS-11 that I kept in contact with in boot camp. I had friends in boot camp that I kept in contact, and then later on we just drifted apart.
Where did you serve?
I served in NAS Jacksonville, Florida.
Attention or action or duties away from the front line?
I did security guard in NAS Jacksonville, Florida, in the hangar bay of HS-11. And then I did turnaround daily inspections for the aircrafts.
Were any friendships formed there?
Yes, I had Master Chief Jim Bain, that was my friend, and Petty Officer Lee Mock and Mario Ferrero.
How did you stay in touch with those back home?
I wrote to them, and I also called them. I called them more times than wrote.
Why did you do for recessions off-duty activities, I meant?
I went to the ocean and the beach and relaxed there, and I also worked on the helicopters and got off on my own free time to learn more about my job.
Where did you still sail overseas?
I went to on Fleet Week. We went to New York to celebrate Fleet Week, and it was interesting going to New York. That's the only place I went to. We had a 6-month cruise, but I missed that.
were you?
I was in the hospital.
How did you return home?
By plane. My parents greeted me there.
Reasons by family or community?
By family.
How hard was it to return to salvation life?
Civilian life. It was difficult because there was a routine in the service that I had, and civilian life there's no routine really.
Were you a member of any veterans organization?
No, I volunteer at the hospital though.
Any contact with fellow veterans?
I stayed friendships with patients that I met in the hospital.
How was being in the military affected your life?
It affected tremendously. I was able to go to college because of the military. I have insurance underneath the military, and they retired me.
How did you learn lessons there?
I learned how to polish my shoes. I learned how to tie a tie. I learned how to take care of myself.
Is there anything I forgot?
I liked watching, when I was here today, I liked watching the Tomcats take off, learning the sunsets and sunrises, and being on the flight deck. I got a letter combination in the post office when I was TAD, and I was in the crow's nest watching the people. You could see everybody on top. My master chief let me up on top of the crow's nest.
How long was it? When you returned home? How long ago did you? Then after that, how long ago did you meet my mom?
I met her 10 years after that.
Any other events that was important?
No.
What time did you go to bed there at that military life?
I was working 20 hours a day to learn things, and when I was on ship, and I was sleeping for 4 hours, and I was too little asleep.
Thank you.
Thank you, Emily.